Good evening. Welcome to Damage Does D&D. It's Sunday, so therefore it's the investigators. Pretty sure we were just having a lovely tea party or something, but DM, you could tell us more, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, before the lovely tea party finished, you were attacked by monsters, as is the case with most things in this game. Yes, you continued the fight against the Sakaliks, the creatures that were coming through the rift. Yeah, and by the end of the fight, they were all dead, apart from a couple which had tunneled away. Sasha had chased one down, and now I believe Sasha and Bug are each chasing the remaining two through the tunnels, while everyone else is up top trying to figure out what we're doing. So, yeah, picking up there. Yeah, the map's still there if you want to look at the map, but don't necessarily need to right now. But so the group up top, what were you doing, planning?
I'm still trying to hold this rift closed. I don't know if you want me to make another check about it or anything.
In a minute, yeah, we'll give you a little minute or so. It's certainly easier to do now. It's easier to maintain your concentration now. Things aren't trying to kill you and your friends. So, but yes, we'll continue with checks. Grog, Atan, Bug. No, not Bug. You're in the tunnel. We'll get to you.
I was watching over my stack, sort of just waiting for it to turn off the range.
Oh,
Really difficult to hear you, Ash, sorry.
yeah.
I was staying with my stack and the corpses of these things because I want them.
Oh yeah. Magic
You
report.
had asked for one of them delivered to your workshop and the rest to the council.
The rest stored for now with the council, but I will be taking ownership of the rest of them at some point.
Okay. You were muted like you were going to say something, Finny.
I muted that one. I put my headphones down. That's why. I muted both and forgot about the other one. Can I just... I'm a bit curious, so I'm going to cast a fly on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Again. And I'm gonna go up. And I'm just going to survey the area. Is there anybody who's hanging around who looks like they're very interested in reading what's going on?
Interesting. Make a perception check.
Wrong page. That is that. I'm still looking at roll 20. Yeah, because that's going to help me look around, isn't it? It's only 4. Jesus Christ.
4. Okay. You flew up too fast. The blood went to your head. To your feet. Yeah. There's certainly a crowd around, but it's difficult to pick out anyone.
Yeah, I'll stay up there for a little bit longer. Obviously, not noticing anybody at the minute, but looking out for that potentially hooded, cloaked figure who kind of is looking around the area and then decides to wander off quite suspiciously.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Morgrax, what are you up to?
I think at this point I'd mostly be supporting Mazdak and trying to hold the portal together. Spontaneous blanket over the shoulders type of thing. Spontaneous blankets to any others who are sitting around looking like they need a rest.
Like a massage as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Spontaneous blanket over the shoulders, love that.
And also,
You know,
mention
there's
people.
like tinfoil things that people get after a crisis of thing.
It's like that,
No.
only like lovingly embroidered or something. You know, it looks homemade. You don't know where it could have come from, but it looks homemade. And also mentioning to people that Mordecast will be gathering receipts from their purchases for the last couple of days, so make sure to have those ready when we return to the house.
Okay. So we'll have a quick concentration check from Mazdak. You can make it at advantage because it's
Cool.
not life or death now.
17 plus. Oh, am
So
I still?
you can have the +4 from Bernier's aura as well, should
Okay.
we?
So 21 minus 2 is 19.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, much easier this now. Okay, so Bug, you are flying down a tunnel, trying to
Yeah.
catch up with a
Beastie.
thing. I did have it all count out how far it was going to be, but I seem to have closed that document. Well done, me. Okay, you fly for some time. After a minute or so, you see a speck of light at the end as the tunnel begins to rise, and the creature seems to have come out of the tunnel above ground.
Oh, okay. I'll go shooting out the tunnel and see if I can find where it is, up into the air, and see if I can track it.
You are in Kantichi. Not sure how much of the city you would recognise because you've not really been around for too long. But
Yeah, go on.
there's a few large buildings around a sort of central circular plaza. 10 large buildings, in fact. You appear to be in the Temple District.
I take it I'm more than 120 feet away there from everybody else.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to send a firebolt up into the air. Can I actually see this thing?
Make a perception check. Should have done that.
I was going to say, as I'm up in the air, can I see Bug where he's come out?
That's 23.
23. Okay. Yes, you can see it. There are crowds of people that are sort of screaming and running away from it.
Okay. I want to send a firebolt up in the air to the intention that it sort of explodes like a flare to show where I am.
Atan, your attention is drawn to the southwest as there is a firebolt shooting through the air. You would recognise that fire.
Yep. So as soon as I see that, I will look down towards Kral and send a message because I'll be quite high up because I still like surveying the area, and I'll be. I think Bug has found the other monster. I'll go and help him out. You can reply to this message. And yeah, I will use everything I can with my flying speed of 60, I think. To get over there as fast as possible. Yes.
Yeah, action dashing. It might take you 30 seconds to get there. Distances D&D. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Bug, you've got your eye on the thing. Atan will be with you shortly.
Cool.
Sasha,
I'll just carry on tracking it from above, and occasionally sending a flare up in the air so that I can be seen where I am.
It's not too long before you see a dot back in the direction you came from,
Right.
quickly approaching as Artan appears.
Okay.
Sasha, not quite as speedy as Bug, as he can sort of fly trench run style through the tunnel. You're crawling, dashing and crawling, which I'm not quite sure how you do, but mechanics. Hey,
Jawling.
jawling.
Brawling.
You
Now he
always
is
brawling.
here.
Always brawling.
Always brawling.
And similarly, there comes a point where the tunnel starts to go up, and you exit the tunnel behind the creature that you can see as soon as you come up is a short way away. You've come up in the courtyard where the statue is near the university,
Is that near where the secret entrance is?
where the secret lab is.
Secret lab. Yep. I'm going to charge after it.
Sure. So, are we having two separate battles?
Looks that way.
Okay.
Well, I'll just above table.
Yeah.
How far away are these 2 points from each other?
A decent enough walk, 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
I was
the
just
angle of the two tunnels was pretty steep by the time you've gone through for a while.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I was just maybe thinking I'd make it easier, but try and guide it down towards Sasha. But yeah.
Okay. Let's do this.
Do you want initiatives or?
Yeah, let's do initiatives. We've got. Can't spell your name.
Well, I rolled a natural 1 and a natural 20 on my initiative, so.
Classic. Okay.
I only rolled a natural 1.
Ooh.
I thought my 5 was rubbish.
It is.
Yeah, just not as rubbish as my 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was your total, Sasha?
24.
Antan, right, 2.
Drez.
Trez. Bug.
5.
5.
Think de Mayo.
It's actually one of those. Should have sorted this out. That's the state of my dice tray currently.
Who's in there, lead?
What made you guess
You
that?
might need a little bit more space to roll there. Just guess.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just- Oh, I got a natural 22.
Nice.
On
That
the
was
one
a natural
against
20
Sasha, yeah.
as well, not a natural 22. That would be a difficult roll. I do have a D24, which is an odd number.
Yes.
Oh, you got to roll that now just to see if you do get a natural 22, right?
Would it be a natural 24 though?
I actually got a 22.
Hey!
What are the odds, eh?
Probably about 1 in 24.
Yeah, pretty much. That's right. Got that. There we go. Right. So, Sasha, you're taking on one on your own. Again,
Yeah, it's only 1. I had 5 before.
Sorry.
You're going to remember this the next time you're surrounded by 5 things and you think that you're killing them all by yourself.
Yeah. So,
I don't know, a couple of fireballs and he thinks he's God.
I don't know, a couple of critical hits and she thinks she's God.
right, go on then.
Is it me first?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to rage again because I think my rage. Well, I don't know. Yeah, my rage would have worn off by
Yes,
then
it would have, yeah.
for sure. And I'm going to attack recklessly. Because fuck it. 20 to hit.
That hits.
Non-natural. The first one is 34 points of damage.
Right, yeah. Although
Stop.
What's that?
34.
And then second attack. Ugh. 17.
Doesn't hit.
Rolled a 4 and a 7. That was awful.
Ew.
Ew.
Anything
me.
else? So the other one on the ground near Bug, you were just sort of up in the air.
Yeah. So I will. What can I?
Well, it's not your go. I was but I was just checking. You're still up in the air. You're not. You've not.
Yeah,
gone
yeah.
down.
Yeah, I'm still tracking it until I get some reinforcements.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of meandering about a bit. It's not specifically trying to attack people, but the crowds of people are sort of screaming and running away from it. He does go and take a bite out of a temple, though.
Uh-huh. Bite out of a temple.
Yeah, these things seem to eat rock.
Does seem to be a bit confused, doesn't it?
But that's his go, and then the other one is going to attack Sasha.
Advantage because reckless.
Okay. So he goes for a headbutt. That's a natural 20. For
Okay.
28.
I don't know, a natural 20 and you think you're God.
In this
And
case,
that's 28 points of bludgeoning damage, halved to 14. And a strength saving throw, please.
Non-natural 20.
Easy. Tries to bite you, and 26 to hit for 9 points of slashing damage. Okay, so then it goes over to Bug.
James, that's you.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were saying it was going to hit me. I was say that's a bit weird.
It's your go.
Okay, so sorry.
It's your go.
It's your go.
All right. I'm going to cast summon elemental,
Okay.
and another earth elemental. Gonna land right in front of it and start smacking it.
Okay, give it a smack.
So we have. Oh, I need my dices. My dices. It only has 2 attacks this time. So it's only a level 5.
Right.
No, level 4. Level 5 had 3 attacks, I think, or level 6. I can't remember what was it I did before. Level 6 I did before. This one's only level 4. So let me just make sure. Yep, I can do it. So it's only got 2 attacks. It's 2 attacks. Hold on. Let me clear all that out of the way. Its weapon attack is. Got it all written down. Must remember. Write things down. Here we go. That's 8. So that's a 24 to hit and a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, both hit.
Okay, so that's 2 of those. So that is 28 points of bludgeoning damage. Half the 14 because it's not magical.
Yeah.
And he's basically going to try and stand in the way and block their. I need to use things to here, block their movement. And that's its go. My go was to summon it, so yeah, there we go. That's done. So what is it? It's going to be 50. So 50 hit points. That one. And the AC is.
Okay. Do you have a bonus action to add to that?
I suppose my snaky can spit at it, see if it can hit. So lost my dice. It is 24 hits.
Yeah.
That does 5 points of fire damage.
Nice.
Yeah, so we go.
Atan, then. You just about catch up?
Yeah, okay, cool. So if I'm there, and you say it's like it's near a temple? It's not
Yeah,
like
it's right next to one. It's just taking a bite out of one.
Does it look like it's going to go for another bite, or does it look like Bug's elemental has now got its attention?
Yeah, it's certainly turning towards that.
Okay. So I'm just gonna, on the way past, I'm just gonna call out to Bug and be like, is it you who's got that rope, Bug?
What? Who?
The rope.
Rope? What rope?
Magical rope.
Oh yeah, yeah, I think so. What about it?
I've had an idea. I still have a couple of.
Don't want to hurt yourself.
I still have a couple of these acid grenades left, and if I can get it to eat one and use the rope to shut its mouth off, maybe we can do quite a bit of damage without using a spell.
Interesting.
It's a rope of climbing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was a. Oh yeah, but you said it was like a rope of.
It's an animated rope, but
Animated
it
rope,
seems
yeah.
to work out as a rope of climbing, but yeah.
Yeah. So I need to get close to it, don't I?
I mean, I suppose I can tell the rope to fasten itself securely to an object. So I could say fasten yourself securely to that person around that thing's mouth.
Yes, we'll give it a go. It was only a 15-foot splash radius for this grenade as well, wasn't it?
Yes.
Cool. So I am going to fly down and land. I don't know how this is going to work now. Can I land behind the elemental and hold my action for when it's Bug's turn to command the rope to then stick the grenade in its mouth? Or attempt to?
Yeah, at the moment it seems to be turning towards the elemental. So if you want to sort of get in range of that, so as it tries to bite the elemental,
Yeah.
you can just use your reaction to shove a grenade in its mouth.
Yeah, but I need to kind of time it so the rope.
That will be the trick.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll Yeah, so essentially I'll hold my reaction, and obviously like I would normally do, just like a quick spark in, and hopefully
Yeah.
the rope goes around it.
Okay, so we'll sort of say your next go will be, or on Bug's next go, your reaction will be to do this.
Yeah.
As he commands the rope to tie itself around the jaw to stop
The
it
jaw.
from opening.
Yeah.
Interesting. Cool. Everything's squishy on the inside.
I'm hoping so.
Super cool move if you pull it off.
Yeah.
What I'll
I'm
do
really
as
enjoying
well
this.
is
We'll see what the dice say though.
Yeah. And they're my dice, so probably no.
get the elemental to try and grapple it at the same time. So it's sort of like the idea is it jumps on it and holds on to it because it's a big earth elemental, while he sticks the grenade in its mouth, and I get the rope to fasten itself around the mouth or the snout or whatever it is.
Cool. We'll do all of that on one go.
Okay, cool.
Sasha, you're slashing away. Sasha the slasher.
Yes, I am slasher, and I am slashing.
Sachet.
Sasha.
Sashay, darling, sashay.
Sachet to slay.
I slay every day, darling. Right, so I'm gonna attack recklessly again, but this time I'm gonna remember that I'm a great weapon master, so I'm gonna do the -5 doodah
Yep.
on top of that. And I rolled dual 7s, so 12.
Oops.
Afraid not.
And second attack,
Enter the Trellador problem.
Yep.
18 to hit this time.
18. Just hits.
So it's 43 points of damage.
Oof.
You don't need the different types, do you?
Nope. If it's all magical, then no.
Yeah, it's all magical.
Okay.
And that's me.
So, yeah, well, that one's going to attack back. With a 21 to hit. Sasha?
Yes. Yes, because I'm only 18 at the minute. Because my shield's not active because I couldn't do it while it was
Yeah.
crawling,
Yeah.
and I don't have Bernia's doodah.
Super duper.
You're the faith.
Well, that's 14, half to 7.
You need a strength save.
There's no point because you're reckless, so it's attacking at advantage anyway.
But do you need a strength save?
Well, no, because then you just fall over, and the purpose of that is for it to attack at advantage. But it's already attacking at advantage, so we might as well save ourselves the roll.
Fair enough.
But that is 27 to hit, and 12 half to 6 slashing.
Okay.
So the other one we'll just do all this in one go. So this thing turns towards the elemental and well gets a headbutt away because he's doing that first, but you guys are waiting specifically. That's an 11 to hit, which I don't think is going to do it.
No, that's not hit.
And then as it goes to bite, it just goes to jump.
Yeah.
Bark and pop it in its mouth. Give me a dexterity check to see how well you time that.
Dexterity check. 14.
14. Okay. And so you manage to get it, in its mouth as it goes.
Yeah.
As soon as I see that, I'll command the rope to fasten itself around its snout and pull it tight and secure.
Yeah, you kind of, you know what these things look like. Well, your characters do anyway. It's kind of got to go like under the chin and then around part of the armor at the top because there's not much of a protruding snout. But you can command the rope to do that, and you were also going to get the.
Yeah, I want to get the elemental to basically jump on it and grapple it.
Okay, we'll do a grapple check on that then. So athletics for the.
Just seeing if we've got bonuses here for something like that. No, it's just going to be +4, I think. Okay. Roly poly, that. That is a 7.
Ooh. Let me roll a. Good at. So right, as you've popped it in its mouth, Atan, were you gonna just pop and duck away or fly?
Essentially,
off?
I've fly is like still up. So, well, I don't know, 30 seconds, get there. Yeah, it's probably up for like another 10 seconds. So I'll probably like hover as such and get away just in case it doesn't fully close or something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the elemental dives on top, and the creature just sort of, like judo, tosses off the elemental.
Hey.
But the rope. This is dangerous precedent to set, because a rope would be strong.
So it's only got 20 hit points, the rope has. If we look at it, it does say specifically it has an AC of 20 hit points, immunity to poison and psychic damage, regains 1 hit point every 5 minutes as long as it is one hit point. If it drops to 0, it is destroyed.
Yeah. Which is fine if you were trying to whip the thing and he could bite it back. It's easy to cut a rope with an axe, but if you wrap it round something, trying to unbind your hands,
tensile strength and all of that.
Yeah, that would be a whole different thing. Let me just roll that. Okay.
This is when we find
Roll me a
out.
D20, James.
We find out it's like a crocodile, and
Say
it's
again,
very
Martin?
easy to squish them,
Yeah.
close them, but
You can keep a crocodile's snout closed with an elastic band or something.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I heard. Well, just roll a D20 for me, James.
Okay. That is 19.
So as all this goes down, the bomb gets lit and shoved in its throat. The rope wraps around its head and mouth, and the elemental jumps on, which gets immediately just pushed to the side. But the thing can't open its mouth with the rope wrapped around. And Fiddy, can you roll me 12d6, please?
ooh,
12d6.
I think that's increased by 9 by the normal.
It normally does, what, 4 d6.
I think you said 3 or 4, yeah, something like that. So
But a crit would be 8, so I figured we'll go an extra 50% above that.
Nice.
Wow.
That's my maths.
You're essentially
Uh,
calculating size.
Hmm.
emergency dice box 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't think I've ever rolled this many dice before. Right, we can go in there, you can go there. Oh, it's not too bad, guys.
Good, good. That's what I like
6,
to hear.
12, 18, 24, just off 4 of them.
Nice.
Only 2 1s, so 25, 26. 30, 34, 38, 46, 47, 48, 49.
49.
Very nice.
49.
Nice.
I mean, that's about your average Sasha hit, so yeah. But I will say that the creature is stunned for a round as well.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that was pretty
Cool.
That was
insane.
very cool.
And we'll do some residual acid damage on that as well.
Okay, cool.
We'll
Thank you.
Go back. That was a great move. We'll go back to Sasha because I'll say that's kind of like everyone's going one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Again. Second, same as the first. Uh, 19 to hit.
That hits. Don't you crit on a 19? Oh no, that was an actual.
No, it's not a natural 19. It's just a. So it's 46 with the first hit.
Oof.
And second
Thing is,
attack,
Absolutely rocked by that.
17 again.
Doesn't hit. Do you want to action surge or something? It's on the cusp.
I haven't got an action surge left, I'm afraid.
Right. Okay. Well, it's going to. No, it's just going to bite you. It's a 20 to hit with the headbutt.
Yes.
15 to hit with the bite.
Ooh. Are you rolling them at advantage, yeah?
Yes. That was just a terrible roll. 14 points after 7. But if you hit it, it's going to fall over. Yeah, the other one, it takes its turn kind of going. Just roll me 2d6 for it, and we'll add that on as acid damage on its turn.
7.
7, nice. Cool. Bug, your turn.
Right, I'm going to fly down, as I can see it's stunned, and I will attack it with my sword.
Okay. It's done, so at advantage.
That is a 16 to hit.
Misses, I'm afraid.
It bounces off. This I'm not very good at hitting things with my sword. So I'm then, as it's stunned, I'm then going to shoot back up in the air, get well out of range of it, and the elemental's going to have an attack or 2 attacks. Both at advantage now, aren't they? So the first one is.
Your snake can spit as well, can it? As a
Oh
bonus
yeah,
action.
it can. Yeah, it'll have a go as well. Well, take that one as a snake. That was 26. So that is doopy doopy doo 8 points of fire damage. And then the elemental first attack is 19 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. Second attack is 17 to hit.
No.
Yeah, do better when they're not advantage. So that's just one hit then. That's 16 points half to 8.
Okay.
That's me.
Very good. Atan.
Yeah, so it's stunned. So just a quick question here. Can I remove the rope from around its head?
I just did do.
Oh, you did do. Okay, cool.
I
In
said
that,
that in my head. So whether I said it out loud or not, I don't
I
know.
don't remember you
I
saying
don't know.
it. But
Okay, I didn't then.
Can I remove it though? Like,
It's kind of locked. I think it has to be commanded.
Yeah, I'd need to command it as its owner.
bugger.
or bugger.
Oh, bugger.
So the pet obsession has gotten so bad, you're now making pets of inanimate objects.
Yep.
That's
What
changed
we
my
do
plan
with it?
completely then.
What are you going to do?
Well, I was basically going to have a beast off with it, essentially, and I was going to, as it was stunned, if the rope was off, I was going to open its mouth and basically full-on dragon breath weapon right down its throat.
Nice.
Um,
Sounds a bit kinky to me.
yeah, a little bit. But if you want, James, you can use your reaction to release the rope at Atan's request.
Yep, absolutely will do. I was in my head to do that anyway, but
Yeah.
so the rope didn't get ruined, but I obviously just forgot to say so.
Okay. The rope.
Comes away.
Well, I mean, it can fly back to you or it can drop to the floor. It's just one command.
Yeah, I'd have it come back to me.
Okay.
And I'd be like,
That's it.
yeah, and I'd be like, thank you, and then all of a sudden you just get really more gruff, bug, and then just like absolutely sort of like, Jesus Christ, what's Godzilla-esque sort of like, do that, open its mouth and just go, oh, and just like, yeah, breath weapon right down its throat. So technically it's a dex
Looks like you
saving
can make
throw.
out with it, but then you just...
Yeah, it's a dex saving throw, but I suppose as it's stunned, it fails.
As it's done, it fails, yeah.
And what I will remember to do this time, because it is only on 11th level, so it's 4d6, but I will add my elemental affinity to it as well this time. As I always
Well,
do.
we'll call as you are specifically doing it down its throat, which we've established is weaker than the rest of it. We can call it an auto crit.
Ooh.
Oh, so double
Nice.
Double the dice.
the dice. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh wow. 4, 8, 12, 14, so 28, and then plus 5 for my elemental affinity, which will be then 33.
Nice.
Right.
You were 6 short of getting
Oh.
the KO there.
If only I could actually hit something at my
Only
sword.
bugger hits it. Okay, so unless you got anything you can do with the bonus action,
I tell you what, I could do actually, can I? It is. I will spend I will spend two of my 3 left sorcery points to quicken a spell. And yeah, as I've done that, the jaw is just like still open, and I will send a
Fireball.
I know. Whilst I'm like that, hands around it as well. I see it's still up. Yeah, I'll quicken Flaming Grasp because it's a roll to hit spell. So
Cool. Yeah.
and at advantage because it's stunned, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you could miss, to be honest, with it stunned, but
You can always.
There's always a
miss.
natural one.
Natural 20.
Hey!
Hey!
I rolled a 19 and a 20.
I don't think you needed it.
No, it doesn't. But I want to roll it anyway because I'm having fun.
That's the best reason to do it.
So that is that. Yeah, 4, 8, 10 points of flaming grasp damage, fire damage, whilst as my hands are like around its head and jaw, just like, and then I just like let it drop.
And it flumps to the floor.
You kissed it to death. Nice.
Yeah.
You did.
Well done, Bug. Yes, good job.
Different time for French kiss, that is, isn't it?
More of a dragon kiss, I think.
Yeah.
Asher, do you want to finish yours off?
Same again. Nope, that misses. And 18 to hit.
Just about, blimey.
Well, I'm
It's
doing it
dead.
with Great Weapon Master as well, so.
I don't think you can roll less than 7 damage. So let's just call it. So, yeah.
44.
Yeah.
Slight overkill.
It's on minus 37 now.
I think it's definitely dead.
I'd say so.
So the three of you finish off the remaining 2 creatures and save the city.
Hey!
Heroes. Right, let's go back. I need to find out where my Sasha is.
Yes, I'll meet you back there. I'll try and find somebody from the guard or the Mage Council just to take this thing back rather than anybody getting their hands on it.
Righto.
This would have been hunting them because I told them to.
Yeah,
Can't hear you, Ash.
yeah. Carl last week sent a message to say that they two were burrowed under the ground, so to try and track them.
Well, you can hang around there for a minute. It's not long. As soon as the creature, they were already aware there were 2 loose, and as soon as they appeared, nearby folk were primed to warn the council of where they were.
Yeah.
And yeah, people come and take them away.
Yeah, and I'll be like, just take them. I've got a feeling Kral wants to keep hold of them. And yeah, I'll head back down to where the others are.
And these things must be incredibly heavy. But someone just comes along and sort of picks it up and wanders off with it.
Cool.
Easy to clean up when you can levitate heavy objects. So back at the thing, Mazdak, let's
Yes.
have another
Okay.
check.
That's a natural 20 for 24 minus 2, 22.
So with the natural 20, you've been getting more comfortable with this, especially given that you're not under the same pressure you were, and you take that sort of knitting together and you just sort of use the weave to suture this thing closed, and you feel pretty confident you can release your manipulation of it and it will remain
Okay, I will
knitted.
slowly.
Oh, you.
Sorry.
Sorry, go on.
I will slowly, after I've just sewn it back together, I will just sort of slowly release my control over the weave, because I don't want it to sort of snap back into reality. I want to try and leave it where it is, and hopefully when the rift vanishes, the weave will just heal itself.
I forgot we were actually trying to push it all the way through.
Oh, of course we were, yes. Yes.
So let's say instead of
Yeah.
knitting it permanently closed,
I'm
we can
pushing it
just
through the
do it on its interdimensional way.
yeah, speeding it through its timeline.
Yeah. So the rift is gone.
And I will just sit down on the floor and say, so, looking a little bit confused as I've got a blanket around me. I think it's very definitely worked. And then I will just fall backwards and go to sleep.
I'll cushion his head and like tuck him in, going, "You well done, Master." You know, quietly, so as not to wake him.
Yes, mentally.
Oh, I would have
exhausted.
grabbed the one that I killed and I'd be carrying it over my shoulder back to everybody else.
Sure. Absolutely.
You're strong, Sasha, but these things are probably an actual ton to lift. I don't think you could.
Ooh,
Okay.
challenge.
All right, I just try to and then go.
Yeah, a mage rather cockily comes up as they see you trying to lift it and just casts levitate on it and just picks it up and goes, "I've got this, don't worry." And they wander off with it.
Do we have to have a roll to see
Fine,
if
I did
Sasha...
the hard work.
Do you have to have a roll to see if Sasha's broken her foot because he kicked it?
You know, if that had been Salviel, that would have been a mage getting punched.
Yeah.
I dismissed the elemental as well before I left.
Noted. Okay.
Yeah, I think
So-
Mazdak is completely exhausted. We'll just fall straight to sleep.
Cool. Nice.
Nice job, guys.
So we could have all of you meet back up at the square in Passa.
Yep.
That's back to sleep when the three of you get back.
I take it you you got that one, Sasha. Well done.
Sasha,
Sorry, two great conversations going on. What was the question?
And there wasn't a question. Really, I was just like, I'm assuming you found your one, Sasha. Well done. Me and Bug dealt with ours too.
Of course I did. I said I was going to, and I did.
Okay.
But I'm glad that the other one was contained. Well done.
Yes, it's easy when you know how, I suppose. But that was fun, wasn't it? Oh, Mazdak, yes. Well done, Mazdak. Good job. So, back to the house just to rest up.
I think that's wise.
Okay. So you can all head back. You see the geomancers come in and sort of raise the earth back up and fill the tunnels back in. He's repaving. I need contractors to do that, and you never know how long that'll take.
Pothole will remain.
Carl's going to head around and then supervise the retrieval of the creatures.
Yeah.
Because he wants a receipt from the council to say that they are his, and so for his study.
Okay. So, as you're gonna stay behind and wait with the corpses for them.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the geomancers hangs back as well, lets you know that someone's on their way. And yeah, it's not long before someone you recognise wanders around the corner as Lucrezia enters the scene. She has a look around. Well, a little bit of damage, but I think it will do. Good job.
Well, nothing that can be fixed fairly quickly.
I'd say so. Fine work, you lot, as ever. So you want these things, do you?
I'm gonna take one to the house and work out how I can harvest the metal. And then once I do that, then I can take the rest of them and we can do that. I think the metal might come in handy, especially for a few things I'm working on.
I'm not sure I can let you do that. These are strange creatures, new materials from a different world. They need to be contained.
Right.
Because if we
Over
let
the
you-
lab.
if we
Over
put
to
you
the second lab.
if we let new materials out into the world, who knows what's going to happen? I'm not saying I don't trust you, but dangerous things exist, and we need to watch out for them.
I mean, with all due respect, I'm taking one of these to study. We need to know what it can do. And if you're not going to let me do it, under the supervision of the council, bear in mind we're working for you, who else are you going to let do it?
She sips Starbucks, Magebucks.
Mage packs.
She sort of leans in. Look, Krath, I'm gonna let you have one. I shouldn't, but as it's you, I'll let you have one. Let's just pretend that we're arguing about it, and that I win, and you don't get one. But I promise one will make its way to you, okay?
Right.
Just one. I can't let any more go.
Well, I'll make it look convincing. And,
No, there's no way that I can let any dangerous materials get out of the possession of the Mage Council, and that is final. Unless you want to be finding another job to pay your way, okay?
oh, right, and this is the same mage council that's almost caused destruction across the world, right? So you're all to be, you're obviously the best people to have this stuff.
The same Mage Council that has basically been running the world in a rather peaceful manner for quite some thousands of years. So, yeah.
Well, if y'all were so powerful, you'd have sorted this thing out already, and you wouldn't need people like us. But I can see that I'm not going to get anywhere with a pencil pusher, so let's see what we can do elsewhere. And then Kroll will basically stomp away.
Stop
Unseen.
Unseen. You hear her sort of mutter something as you stomp away. And you head back to the house. Where everyone else is, I presume someone has carried an unconscious Mazdak back.
It wouldn't be me because he's a bit too big and heavy for me.
Carried, dragged. So, meant it the same, right?
Thanks.
Just
I'm
Kroll
not very
find one of
heavy.
these Just Kroll find one of these creatures gift wrapped and ribboned in his lab or workshop.
He
With a
might
nice
find
pretty geek bow.
he might find a severed head of one of them in his bed.
I just put a GIF into the chat, and it's as soon as you said we need to make it convincing, it was that billionaire scene with them arguing behind the glass, poking each
Yeah.
other, going, "You poke me and make it look like we're arguing."
Okay, so everyone back at the house. What's the plan for the rest of the day?
Fussing over people. Forcing hot drinks and food upon them.
Yeah,
Getting
well
any
done.
scrapes and cuts, offering people, you want the fireman sticker or the Pegasus sticker bandage.
Superb.
At least we know what we can do now. It's obviously taken a lot out of Mazdak, so the last one, if I remember correctly, is in 2 or 3 weeks' time.
As brilliantly as he did today, I am not sure the scope of the one that is due to come in 3 weeks will be capable for one person alone.
Well, if we don't get done what we need to get done, I think it's good night Kantichi, isn't it?
And the rest of the world.
Exactly.
At least we'll have a front row seat.
However, I don't want to talk like this, and Mazdak's the only one with that spell.
Then
Maybe
I'm afraid
leave
we'll
it
have
until
to
he's up.
wait until he's recovered.
Yes.
I think after a few hours, Mazdak will sort of wake up, still tired, but not as bone tired as he was when finishing the spell. So, okay, so we know many things. We know it is possible to control the weave, to force rifts to behave and push them through. But I suspect that we need to get more wizards capable of doing this.
You surmised as much yourself. You did brilliantly today, but
Oh, thank you.
what would be a wise decision?
Oh, absolutely. The research must be shared. Other wizards must know about this, and I'll start writing down exactly what I was doing in a journal so that we've got, and I'll make a copy of it, because I want to take one copy to the Mage Council, and I want to keep a copy with myself.
Okay.
Is it
Mazdak.
just wizards that can learn how to do this, or is it only magic users?
Well, I'm not sure. I think possibly it depends on your relationship to the weave itself. So I would suggest that
I'm not thinking of me, obviously.
well, probably not. But there
But somebody like a Tan, perhaps.
it is. As I say, it depends on your relationship to the weave. So if you can see the weave, you can then manipulate the weave, or at least attempt to. And of course, Atan, if you wish to try to learn how to do this, I'm willing to teach you. Obviously, we have 2 people in our group that can do this, and also Kral may also be able to do this. Again, it depends on your relationship, on how you perceive the weave, as to how you can interact with it. But as I say, it could be easily, could be learnt, I think.
Mazdak, do you have it in you to be able to speak privately?
What a strange request.
Bubble.
Probably. Hold on, let me see. Yes, I didn't actually use any spells whilst doing this. Just drew upon my reserves as to my direct connection to the weave. DM, as a side note, we probably want to try and use spell slots for that. Otherwise, it's completely overpowered.
I've just finished the battle, but hang on, I'll kill everything with all of my spell slots I still have.
Yes, exactly. If I don't know if you want to rule that I've used spell slots. I mean, I currently have all of my spell slots. So
Maybe it's like a spell slot with each con save that would potentially like going forward, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't. And what level spell slots, or is it just all of them?
All the spell slots. Let's not worry about it for now.
Okay.
You'd had a short rest, so some of yours would have come back anyway.
This is very true. Okay. Yeah, I can cast Privacy Bubble. Not a problem.
Cool.
Do you wish to do it now?
Yes,
Okay.
before I forget any of this.
Okay, I cast the Privacy Bubble. As it sort of shimmers out with that golden dragon scale effect.
Excellent,
Is everyone
thank you.
there?
I don't know, is everyone here?
I think so.
Probably been arriving on about now.
Okay. Well, you'll see that shimmer of gold dragon scale as the Privacy Bubble goes up.
Everyone would see Kral walk in, just privately chuckling to himself.
So, Atan, you were...
Yes, so Morgax and I were talking about this, and then I thought maybe not for all ears as such.
Indeed.
So, brilliant job on what you done and what everybody done to keep you safe and to keep
Yes, oh,
attention.
absolutely. I could not have done it without you guys keeping everything away from me. That's... and looking at the corpses, they look pretty scary.
Yes. But
I don't know, I had quite a bit of fun.
Okay, pretty scary for normal people, but fun for Sasha. This is... yes.
I was thinking, obviously you've done well. You know your limits up to now of what you can do, what can be done with your weave manipulation. The thing I wanted to say, which I didn't want anything else to hear, was obviously in 2 to 3 weeks. Timing with me is a bit off, being fairly new to the group, but the last rift that opens, which is the be all and end all of everything, is, I'm assuming, is being opened by the god of time, as we know.
Well, as we understand it, yes, the old god of time is trying to escape, essentially. So that's what's causing all these rifts. So, DM, can I try and predict where the next rift will be? I know it's a fairly far away event so far.
Didn't we get a rough area from Jakoto when we went to Future Dwarven?
I don't remember.
Because my brain has always thought that it was, because Kantisi's on the coast, was like inland, but like up or like northeasterly, sorry, on the map. Always had that in the back of my head, that we had a very rough.
Was it not?
Unless it's just me. It might just be me using theatre of the mind, going, oh, well, that seems like where it's going to be.
The thing again, above table, I haven't placed on the map where that's going to be yet.
Right. So
Yeah.
we don't.
But that doesn't mean that in a session I didn't make a snap decision and just go, oh yeah, it's going to be here.
Yeah, I don't.
Because if you've got the investigators map, so pinned world.
I can share
No,
my
I need the
screen.
actual.
You want? Because I've got it open.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That.
So I thought,
I mean, because we knew the location of the Kantisha one.
I do know where it's going to be. Just Mazak, if you do ask, I do know where it's going to
Okay.
because it was Poitosco. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. How is it?
That is how you pronounce it.
Oh, okay.
That is the Dwarven country. That's where you
Yeah.
were with Metrokoto in the future.
Yeah, so I think Mazdak will just sort of try and feel for, like he did with the one in Kantisha, to find out a rough idea of where it's going to be, because bearing in mind it's like 3 weeks away, or is it 2 weeks away? I can't remember exactly. But I will sort of reach out to the Weave and try and find out where that echo is coming from.
Just to also point out, Mazdak, there is a potential other source of information that you might have for
Of
such
course
a
there
thing.
is. Yes. I will write in my book and ask future Mazdak where the rift will be.
Okay. Actually, has Future Mazdak properly written back to you yet? It's been a bit sort of jumbled as he was just... roll a D100 for me.
D100, sure.
I mean, we've had the weird two voice things.
We've had two
Yeah.
eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had the D&D version of Substance going on.
17.
17?
Yes.
Almost a whole
that-
match deck.
That's... The Incas reforms is all sort of jumbled and mixed. There's one word you can make out which says weakest.
Okay. Weakest. Okay. Right, that's not very helpful. So I will...
You say that out loud.
Yeah. Literally, I'm just sort of muttering, well, that's not incredibly helpful.
No, but it does make sense though, right? The weakest point in the weave. Where that's going to be for
Yes.
that rift open.
Okay. So I will search, I will close my eyes and send my consciousness out throughout the weave to figure
Just
out where the weakest point is.
Just before you do that,
Yeah.
Mazdak, can I, obviously as Atan, I'll be like, you're looking, I don't want you to teach you to suck eggs, but just so you know, we're on the same page. The weave is going to be the weakest with the least magical presence, as we've found out, as we know. That's where you want to start searching.
Sure. Okay, yeah, I will send out my consciousness throughout the weave to figure out where this rift is going to be.
Okay. That will take some time,
Okay.
as yes, although you are kind of empowered by a creature that lives within the weave, that will,
All a bit weaveceptionist, isn't it?
yeah, make your weave manipulation check at advantage, as future Mazdak can help.
A dirty 20.
Okay. So Mazdak just sort of sits down and begins closing his eyes.
Yep.
And he sits there for an hour. And you can almost visualize the world as it is, and as your sort of radius around you scans everything, and it reaches the border of Kantichi and then the edge of the continent with Vikilia, and then you feel it touch on Voyavikia, the other side of the sea, and begin to go across the likes of Neruncia and Valaya. And just as you get to that eastern edge of Valaya, you feel that dip.
Yeah, so basically where the first one happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. I will snap back, recast the privacy bubble, because it only lasts 10 minutes. So you see the golden shimmer again. So it's basically where the first one was, on the border of Valia and Sandemia.
Makes sense, considering that the explosion ripped a hole in it in the first place to allow this to happen.
Yeah.
So we need to go to there, but not for a while. We need to try and do our other tasks.
Oh, like horses.
Before that, though, we have
Yes.
the Vidigita, don't we?
Indeed. So we need to do Redikita, and we also need to travel to the dimension of the gods
Yes.
What?
to.
We still need the last piece of the key, and I have no idea what's going on with this task that I've supposed to be been put on. I haven't heard anything since.
Right.
I think that's the point. You'll know when you know.
Right. Well, we can't really kind of just wait passively for this to happen.
How will you know if you don't know that you know?
Okay,
Trust me with
Sasha.
anything,
Sasha, your brain's starting to overheat. Please.
But also with that, don't we need to speak to, is it Several, his name? To see how he's getting on?
Yes, I can go and have a look, see if the repairs are how the repairs are going. But we really do need to deal with the
Vidigita.
Iridikita.
Yes, and we know where it is. We know that it was sleeping the last time. This was, what, though, 3 days ago, because we've been in Kantichi
Yes.
preparing for this, haven't we?
So, did we have a location for the Iridikita? I think we did, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I've just closed the.
Yeah, of course.
Le Mob.
Wasn't it in
You need to
Barasia?
tell me where you are.
So, yeah, basically, in Pytosco, it was sort of in this corner south of Amprium.
Okay. Right. Okay, so we need to
So-
get there. So, first job.
Right over there.
First job, I think, is to, as Bug said, control the not horses, but the to try and put some elemental magic into the creatures so that we can ride them, because we may have need of them when we're going across to Pytosco.
Yes.
So I think that's probably the first job, and then to Pytosco, solve the Ridikita problem, then travel to the realm of the gods. Hopefully by that time we have the last piece of the key.
So with the putting elemental magic into the horse creatures,
Mm-hmm.
do I get the sense that I could use my rifle to do that because I can change the elemental settings with the magic and use that to guide them up?
Make an intelligence check, or an Arcana check, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually quite decent at Arcana, isn't it? So 12 and 5. 21.
So, from what you know, what you've seen of the manual of these things, energy needs to be channeled into those living crystals that exist on the creatures. You probably suspect that the rifle is not really the way to do it.
Yeah.
It would be more touch stuff to actually be able to feel it rather than just blasting energy into them.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
With that as
Yep.
well, I can change my certain spells to elemental areas, and obviously, like we know, like we were told, the horses will respond better to that great band.
Earth, Wind and Fire.
We can attempt to maybe change it with different types, but I'm not entirely sure how that's going to go.
No, but
And
what we could do is go down into the laboratory, which is a safe space, and experiment there.
Yes, and again, like we've all said, we need, and like Bernier can talk to them, obviously get their agreement and consent that they're willing for this to happen.
Yes.
And make sure that maybe one of these horses might be more inclined, feel more inclined to a certain elemental affinity type.
Yes. Or even the weave itself.
Potentially, yes.
I'm not going to lie, I was hoping maybe Radiant for mine.
Yes, I'm not sure
Yeah,
that would
with
work,
what-
but we can certainly try.
with what Mazdak and I, and maybe even Kral would know about the magics and everything, these are specifically, and from the horse manual, they are specifically like called essentially elemental horses, aren't they?
Yeah.
Whereas the Radiant would be more divine in nature.
Yeah.
Like magic.
Like
Because I think the
We-
manual did
we
say
could-
that they were.
it has been
It has been
attempts.
tried, but it's more successful with the elemental types of magic.
And the question for that as well, Sasha, would be how much of that could you channel in one go and for how long?
And I mean, divine magic is not exactly elemental in nature. It's divine by its nature.
I mean,
Yes,
it's an
the-
interesting thought, though.
I mean, I have seen those paladin types summon their celestial steeds.
Yes, well, and I'll just point at
You've s-
Bernia.
Yeah,
Elk.
yeah. And I mean, out of pure divine magic, so it's not entirely impossible. It's just that these.
I think
things
it's
are
going to be very
already-
difficult.
I would
But-
think, like, my brain tells me that if it's not elemental, the focus and the power of that different magic needs to be a hell of a lot more.
Well, I, for one, have
think of
never
it-
shied away from the more difficult path, so, Sasha, I will gladly join you on this.
As much as I'm enjoying this, that I need to pop in town because I've got a few things to pick up from the blacksmiths and a few other things I need to do. Mazdak, we need probably something like a day to sit down and discuss the gloves I was designing for you.
Oh,
With
right.
the
Yes, possibly.
weave manipulation. You know, like the ones that Marius had with that allowed him to do things, but these are going
Yes.
to be a bit more refined. I need to pick your brain on the weave manipulation type of thing.
Yes, well, I think yourself and Atan, I think three of us need to have a serious talk about how to tap into the weave itself with a view to not just accessing power as we normally do, but because all magic is taken from the weave, but actually accessing the weave itself. And I'm not sure how dangerous this is going to be, but it's going to be interesting finding out.
Well, we don't really have a choice, and we'd need the three of us, or at least more than just you, to...
Oh, absolutely.
Above the table question.
Yes.
First time sorcerer. Hi, my name's Atan. Just so my head gets this straight before I go into this conversation. We've talked about this before, DM, with me asking questions and doing it, and you said because sorcerer's magics don't really come from...
No,
like that.
Sorcerer's magic kind of comes from their
bloodline
heritage, I guess.
Yeah. So I even though I can sense to some degree and I know it's there, I wouldn't be one who could help with this manipulation, because it would almost be like crossing the streams, wouldn't it?
Now, sorcerers would kind of have a natural understanding of how magic works because it flows through them very naturally and easily. So for you to kind of tap into that weave, I don't see it being impossible for you.
Okay, cool.
Your heritage would be elemental in nature, but the weave underpins that elemental magic itself.
Yeah. Okay, so back onto table. Now I know that. Yes, I think it would potentially take me a little longer, Mazdak, but yes, it could be that there's at least us three here that could start on progressing to stop this, for sure.
Yes, I think this is the way that we move forward with this. You sort of drop that in there, you know.
But also, Mazdak, new revelations as you were controlling the weave back there.
Right.
Double-voiced Mazdak and two pupils.
Oh, well, interesting. So, earlier, when it was sort of revealed who my patron was, everybody got very upset with me because she is dangerous and wishes to control the Mage Council. There has been a change of management, so to speak. I am no longer bound to her. I am, however, you may have noticed the lack of Mazdak Future.
Yes.
When we went through the portal, we performed a ritual to cut me away from my old patron. This had the side effect of me becoming my patron. So Future Mazdak is now my patron, but resides in the weave. So he assists me and gives me information and controls, or not controls, but is a sort of interface between me and the weave directly, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So
yes.
I can reach out to him and contact him, and he will answer sometimes. So it's interesting. You said there were two voices.
Yes, it's essentially an echo of what you were muttering.
Well, I mean, there could be a sort of time dilation happening because Future Mazdak is in the weave, but in the future now.
Yes.
So, but double pupil, I'm not sure. I understand that quite yet.
So you're your own thingy,
Yes.
patron.
Yes. So instead of
Why don't you-
getting magical powers from, say, a higher being that I did previously, I get them from myself now because I have learned how to manipulate the weave.
See. So really,
What?
that means you can have whatever you want then.
Well,
This is
really,
making my head hurt.
not,
I mean,
not,
strangely, that makes more sense than most anything else.
not really, Bug. I think
Oh.
it's like when you cast fire.
Yeah.
Yes, you can cast lots of fire, but then you have to have a rest before you can cast more fire. Yes.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I can sort of cast fire constantly.
No, but I
But
mean
depend-
the very big fire, the big fire
Oh yeah,
spells.
big fire. I need a
So it's,
cable.
it's a similar sort of thing. I can cast spells and do things, but again, I would need another rest to get my constitution back, so that I can cast more large spells.
Oh, right. Okay.
One successful ritual and one successful weave manipulation, and you think you're God.
No, I think Bug thinks I'm God, and I'm not.
Yes, no, that does. It makes a lot of sense. We'll keep an eye on it, and yes. It all seems good at the minute. Well, yes, if we're done for the day, I may try and see if there's a particular horse that takes a liking to me to start this process.
Yes, we should all go to the laboratory and maybe we can check up how Several is doing and start playing with the horses, I think, or something.
Bug and I have already made connections with ours.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I think Vernium may point out that horses, natural creatures, might prefer to be under the sun rather than under a roof.
Oh,
I feel more comfortable and willing to bond.
I suppose.
In that
Yes. Possibly.
The back garden again. They're familiar with the back garden. They know the place. They
Indeed.
feel more at ease.
Well, you all know how to release a horse from the storage. So-
Yes.
Let's take a quick break though, because we've gone 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, have we? Oh, bloody hell, we have.
Yeah.
Time flies.
So yeah, we'll be back after these sponsorship messages, which I say every week, but it's not true. It's a lie.
Yay, capitalism.
I'm just lying to you. So, have fun. Bye. And welcome back. We are here once more after those splendid adverts that you all watched and enjoyed. DM?
So, I think everyone was going to head into the garden and pet some horses.
Indeed, yes.
And
Should
play with the horses.
Should we do this one at a time, do you think? Set one horse out, and then the person that's going to bond with it can bond with it, and we can perhaps put in some elemental magic of their choice. Would be a good plan.
Yes, I mean, they could work out that, I mean, maybe that horse would... To see who it seems drawn to first? Maybe that's the way to do it.
Sure, I mean, but Sasha and Bug did say that they'd already been bonding with their animals, so
Yes,
Yes.
we
perhaps
did more or less the same thing. We spent time just sitting with them and to see which ones would approach us first.
right.
Yep.
So if you were to take one of those horses, Sasha, do you wish to go first? We can try and put some elemental magic into your creature.
I thought mine was going to be more complicated.
Yes.
I can go first if you like. You can practice, because mine's quite easy.
Well, yours, I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of water-based elemental. No? Air, then.
That was almost quite funny.
Oh, of course. But I'm assuming, Bug, you're going to be able to do your... imbue your magic yourself into the crystals. Now, it must be stressed that it's...
You just need to tell me how to do it, because
Yes,
like...
indeed. So it must be stressed that you, if you... I'm assuming you've summoned your horse already.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you see, the crystals, they are where we're putting the magic. So, and I believe from reading the instructions, it was... You would, I think I think you'd said, DM, that we would have to channel some spells into it.
Almost channeling the spells into the crystals rather than casting them for the damage type thing.
Yeah. Pretty
Okay.
much.
So, Bug, if you place your hands on those crystals and then summon your fire so it not to damage anything, but to fill the crystals.
Okay.
So use your magic power to channel that fire into the crystals.
Atan, perhaps you could assist in some way, being a more of a fire-based magic user.
Yes,
I'm just thinking to,
it's
mechanically above table, thinking about giving
Yeah,
advantage to Bug.
Is your horse out? Bug.
I don't think you should touch my horse. My horse, I'll do it.
Okay.
You go play with your own horse.
I'm sure we probably will do later.
Okay.
So I'll put my hands on the crystals, as instructed, and I'll just channel produce flame constantly, which is a cantrip. 3d8, 3d8 damage usually, but I'll just constantly channel that to fill it in.
Okay. So you do that for a while, just keep producing flame, and you see a flicker of that fire go into the crystals, and then it dissipates, and you cast it again, and it goes in, and then it dissipates. And you do this for a while, and maybe not you, but somebody realizes that's probably not strong enough.
Bug,
It's
you have to
not
push
taken.
more effort in. A larger spell.
All right. All right. So, see, I've used a lot of my
And we all get
spells.
blasted by a giant fireball. The end.
What about burning hands then? That's quite a good one. I could do that at a
So-
higher level as well. Or I could do lots of scorching rays. They could do those. Lots of them.
If you're channeling it, Bug,
Okay.
maybe burning hands would be better because you can basically use your hands and the focus into the crystals.
All right, I'll do that
Can
one.
I-
No, I'll do it at third level.
Can I subtly attempt to amplify Bug's magic using the weave?
Interesting. You can certainly try.
So I'll
That's the
do
way mine-
burning hands at third level. I've got 2 of those to do. Then I'll go on to second level.
Okay.
I'll have 3 of those to do, and then I can do 4 first level ones. So it's about 7 or 8 of those.
Okay.
I'll be 6 level wise. That would be 3, 6, 12, 16 levels worth of fire damage.
Let's just start with the first one. You're doing a third level. Mazdak, if you want to make a weave manipulation check to see if you can help squeeze that power in or amplify that power.
An 11 plus 7, 18.
Okay. So, Bug, you feel that first one, and the crystal seems to want it. It just snatches onto that energy.
Oh.
There is a little bit more of a push than you thought before, and you see that red, and it flickers through all the crystals down the back of the horse.
Let's do another one. I'll do another one.
Okay. You gonna help again?
Yeah, I'll give it another roll. Oh, that's even better. 24.
You do now third level there, Bug.
Right again.
You're doing another third level.
That was another third level. Yeah.
Okay. Carl's horse. Love
Yeah,
that.
Carl's horse is fantastic.
Okay, you feel this enormous surge of energy from everything. Whether you notice Mazdak is sort of just assisting is up to you. Because you said you.
I think I'd be too caught up in my flamey brilliance and how much I love this horse.
Yeah.
Anything.
So on that second one, you see, like almost like a ripple, all of those crystals on the back just light up. Boop, 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 boop.
Cool.
It just sort of fades there. It stays there and then just fades slowly, just a little bit more.
I could do another second level one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Mazdak, can you be ticking off first level spell slots for
Sure.
this?
Okay, that's a 16 for this one.
Okay.
Yeah, Mazdak, can you actually use some of your spell slots for doing something?
Yeah. They're mine!
Okay. So on this last one, you almost jump back as the entire horse seems to ignite.
Ooh.
Those crystals have gone from this transparent, slightly blue crystal look to just fire. As the horse is now fully imbued.
Oh, you're so beautiful.
It sort of leans back on its back legs and whinnies a little bit and has a sort of shudder. It doesn't seem in any discomfort though. It's just different.
Do you mind if I ride on you?
Sort of just gives you a bit of a playful nudge.
Right, need to find some way to get up there though, 'cause you're very high up. I've got to find a big rock to stand on.
Do you need a hand, Bug?
Yes.
I'll help him up.
And you sit on, and the flames are licking around your legs as you climb up on, but it doesn't burn at all. You can have a little trot around on your fire horse.
Well, that was
Yep.
successful, Mazdak.
Yes, I did use a bit of weave manipulation to assist there.
Good idea. Yeah, I suppose
So-
that would intensify the focus on the channeling. Yes.
Indeed. So, Sasha, what
We
kind
would
of...
like to speak to my horse first.
Yes, of course. Just a quick question, though. What sort of... Because you were going to try with radiant magic, yes?
Yes, that was my
Okay.
hope.
What sort of radiant spells do you have?
I can only do one thing, which is the light spell, which is nowhere
I-
near as powerful for this kind of thing.
I had another suggestion, Sasha. I thought that since we both prayed the same lady for her magic, that perhaps we could combine her.
Indeed. Lady Amriel will aid us.
If you're willing to accept my help once you've spoken to your horse, we can see if she will imbue the horse on your behalf.
I would be a fool not to accept help from those that are willing.
Mazdak will take a step back and stand beside Atan.
I'm not entirely sure your help.
I don't think I'm going to be able to assist here. I think it's probably best to leave it to Sasha and Morgrax. I think Morgrax is the expert in this field.
So I'm going to get Quincy out of his ball.
It has a name. Oh my god.
Sorry,
I
you
named
just said
Quincy a long time ago. James's is called Nettle.
you've just said that it's called Quincy, and it's just reminded me, and all I can think of is fucking MD now every time.
So I get Quincy out of his ball and I'm going to talk to him because everyone should be able to talk to their horse.
Okay.
Fair enough. Have a little chat with your horse.
Hello, Quincy. I don't know how you feel about this, but I was hoping that we could try imbuing you with powers of Amriel, Radiance. If you are, of course, willing. I wouldn't want to put you through anything that you did not want to go through.
It makes a noise.
I can't read horses. I have no idea if that was like agreement or kind of like, are you fucking mad? Or
Get away from me, you weirdo!
I'm just gonna cast light on my hand and just sort of stroke Quincy's mane while the light's on my hand and see how he reacts. I won't like flash him in the eyes first. I'll do it and then sort of.
Flashing.
disco horse.
Make an animal handling check.
Disco
At
flash.
advantage because he's well disposed to you already.
$11.
Doesn't really like phase him one way or the other.
Or if he doesn't seem against it, then I will go for it. I will put you back in your container for now. But we will see each other soon.
Okay. You're popping him back in his ball then. Okay, who's next? Who's popping a
Well,
horse out?
I think we'll pop one out, and I think whoever hasn't become familiar with one, we'll see if it's drawn to a particular person, and go from there. More let the horse choose its.
Right.
Okay.
rider.
He's crawling around at the moment. Yeah. You said you were popping out at one point, but so we've got Atan, Morgrax, Mazdak, and Kral.
Yep.
So as the four of you just are I don't know, positioned yourself around and you throw one of the horses out and just to see.
I'd probably just kind of just have like a few flames dancing around my fingers.
Okay.
So then if it is drawn to that or anything like that, just so it knows what I have to offer.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything? Similar?
Yeah, I'll do something similar with something low level.
Question, DM. So, Earth. The Earth one. Would I get the feeling that it could generally be any kind of like earthy magic, especially for like coming from Morgrak? So could it be like it is poison or something like that?
Yeah, probably. I haven't really defined it all that well. As the Earth isn't really an a damaging type.
Yeah, but like knowing that obviously Morgrax is a green dragon from memory. Oh, is that correct?
Yep.
That would make kind of sense.
I think Earth would be. Well, usually when the Earth elementals do damage, it is bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
So probably that, or maybe force damage might do it.
Okay.
I'm going to summon a sacred flame in my hand because it's a nice low level.
Yeah, that's
Radiant.
Radiant. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That definitely seems to get the attention of this particular horse that's out, and he does come over to you, Morgrex.
I'll make a face at a tan for having attracted a horse. Didn't hate it.
Yeah, and you use Sacred Flame, which is what damage?
Radiant.
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 So again, I don't think I'm going to be able to help here. Probably won't need to.
Yeah, so I'll just start talking to my horse, pet it. Not attempting to do damage with it with the sacred flame, just, advertising as this is what I do.
Make an animal handling check for me.
Yes, come trust the dragon. The dragon's not going to eat you, I swear. Ooh, 19.
19. Very good. Yeah, he sticks very much with you. Seems quite fond of you.
Aw. Excellent.
So you can sort of lead that horse off to one side and feed it an apple or whatever, and just spend time with it before you start pelting it with radiant energy.
Well, I think Morgrax has their steed. Next one, I suppose.
I think it's the way to go.
Crot will be sat there with the cannon man that imbues when he summons the element, the fucking cannon, just adjusting it, and he's got Scathlock on his shoulder and Kezzy's assisting, and he just keeps sort of flipping the multi-purpose tool, and it just keeps changing shape and changing form, and just slowly making adjustments.
Okay. So you popping another one out?
Don't know why I did that.
That's what she said. Sorry.
Okay. The next horse that comes out wanders over to Mazdak.
Ooh.
Okay. As a Verdant, I can communicate telepathically with any creature. as long as it understands at least one language. So presumably this understands the language horse.
I was going to make that joke. Damn you!
No, I mean I can communicate simple concepts and ideas with any creature.
Okay.
So I want to try and amplify that by using guidance, as that is more of the sort of psychic weave manipulation that I do. So I'm going to cast guidance on the horse. Sorry.
What element are you going for, by the way? What
I'm
magic
gonna
are you going for?
I'm gonna try psychic or
So I
weave manipulation is what I really want to do, but I'm not sure that concept I can get across to a horse. So I'm going for sort of psychic energy.
So I can attempt to help, because I have a spell which can do psychic damage.
Just thought Mustang imbues a horse with grease and it's just on roller skates everywhere.
I'm doing that. No, the idea is not to have a type of magic. The idea is to have the weave itself imbue into this horse. Now, I don't know if that's going to be possible. Only the DM can tell me that. But that's what
I would attempt
going for. So to do that, I'm kind of trying to put the concept of magic itself into the horse's mind to get it. I'm going to show it images of the other horses with the fire and the radiant, and then show it what I can do with the weave itself.
Okay. All right. Make an animal handling check.
Okay.
Add the guidance to it as well.
Cool. Ooh, it's not bad. 16 on the dice and a 1 on my d4 for guidance. 17. Animal handling plus 2. 19.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
Not too bad.
You don't know whether it understands the concepts you were showing it, but it certainly seems to not be scared away by you.
Okay, cool. I will find an apple off the apple tree that we conveniently have in our garden.
Oh yeah, the Mage Council sent round the orchard mancers before you moved in.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, I'm going to then try to imbue the crystals in the horse with weave magic. Now I have 3 third level spell slots left.
Okay.
And I'm perfectly willing to burn them to get weave magic into this.
Okay. Now, I'd for James's horse, for Nettle, I'd set it at like 10 levels of spell had to be imbued. Your weave manipulation increased that by 1 or 2, depending on how hard the roll was. So 3 by 3 with no extra manipulation.
I can throw in the 3 second level spell slots as well if I need to.
Okay.
Happily
So-
burning them.
Yeah. Just tick off whatever spell slots you need to get to 10.
So,
And you can spend that time. Now, I think I'll have to have a think, and maybe we'll have to have a chat about what that actually entails.
yeah, I mean, if you want to sort of, if you want to sort of go with psychic or force, then maybe we could do that. But as I say, we could have a chat. Oh, Fiddy's had an idea. Look,
I have. You can turn it, like, because it's the weave and everything, you can turn it into a blink horse.
awesome.
That would be pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was thinking sort of Misty Step and stuff like that. But
Yeah, Blink Force.
Blink Horse, yeah, cool.
Interesting.
I can have good ideas.
You can.
It
have
happens
good
from time
ideas.
to time. Now, when Philly has a good idea, remember, don't panic. Oh, wait, no, that's not don't panic. That's don't talk to me about life.
Yeah.
Close enough.
The brain is the first thing all I do is open doors.
Yeah. However, I'm gonna roll back the 10 spell slot level stuff because that applies to the 4 elemental versions that are easier to
Right.
imbue. So it's going to take a bit more and maybe a few more skill checks to get other things
Okay.
in there.
What would you like? to do?
So,
Well, I've burnt 10 already. So
If I can assist in any way with my minor weave knowledge, I can chuck in a couple of first levels. But my spells obviously don't have weave magic as such, like Mazdak.
let's do right. So I'll track it as we go, and if you want to try and help, I can. So we'll start Mazdak with your third level.
okay.
But also do an Arcana check with it as well.
Sure. Okay. So Arcana check is dirty 20.
Okay.
With that third level. Okay.
So what we'll do is you've got to get to 12 with it, but also for each time you do it, you've got to do an Arcana check. If that Arcana check ever goes below 10 or 11, below 11, so we'll do
Okay.
roughly 50-50 chain,
Okay.
apart from thingy.
Well, I have a
if
plus
you-
9 to Arcana.
Okay, well,
So-
if you roll low then, if you roll a 1, 2 or a 3,
Yeah.
that's how maths works, then it resets. So you've got to...
Okay. Got to get it in a row. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so second Arcana check. Eek, that's 14. That's the second
Yep.
spell.
Is that another third?
Yeah, that's two thirds. That Arcana check is a natural 20 for 29. So that's my third
Okay.
third. So that's 9. So we're on to second level spell slots now. It's a 6 plus 9 is 15.
Okay.
So that's 11 we're up to. That's a 12 plus 9 is 21. That's 13 spell slots used.
Without ever dropping your Arcana check below. So as you continuously concentrate and just push more magic in, adjusting how you're doing it and how you are manipulating that weave as you push that spell into it, eventually it just erupts into this rainbow blinding form of a horse. And we'll figure out what that means at some other point.
Fair enough. That's cool. I have a rainbow pony.
Yep. You've got a unicorn that shoots rainbows out of his butt.
Well, I was hoping more for a sort of, like the green wireframe from Tron. I was kind of hoping for a green wireframe horse.
I am
That
happy
would
for
be
you
cool.
to visually design the horse. But then it vanishes
Ooh, okay.
and it appears by the apple tree.
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And I'll wander over to the apple tree and grab another apple to give it.
It
You've
eats
created a
it.
horse that can blink into the tree and
Get its own
tree of
apples.
apples.
Is it a blink dog? Is that what that's coming from?
Yeah.
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 It's, yeah. I'll check that out. I think that's really cool.
Terms and conditions, training may be applied.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it can teleport as an action up to 40 feet.
Ooh.
I just in my head, I just had envisions with that going on with the weave magic of literally becoming one with the weave, kind of like swirling into itself and then popping out again type thing.
Yeah.
Or a cloud with the horse's head.
Yes, you may need to help to train it in using its blink ability.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's blinkiness.
So,
I should call it Binky.
Binky!
Either blink.
I've just noticed there's a great deal of cross magic is actually thunder and wind based.
Thunderhorse!
Farts a lot.
Thunderpants.
Thunder, bolt, and lightning.
Very, very frightening.
Further frightening.
So, 2 of you left, minus Bernia.
Who
I
doesn't
don't know
need
if
one?
Bernie was going to go for one because she was going for her.
Oh, she does have the elk, doesn't she?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe not.
Mine's
Okay.
technically not been done.
That's true. You've put it
Yeah,
away.
but we kind of
I,
need
I
yeah,
to
just
look
chatted
at
with
those.
him.
I think this is our. We understand how the elemental works, so then we can help into, if needed, you and your divinity.
So, yeah, Kral and Atan. We can say you pop out horses and find one each that takes a liking to you.
Again, I would. Yeah, I'd already have like an apple in my hand and sort of like then hold the hand out like a normal horsey would and sort of like stroke the head and the nose. And yeah, and just it's comfortable.
Yep.
See if it's good.
Just do a quick animal handling check.
For this, can I ask Mazdak for a little guidance?
Absolutely, I will cast guidance. Yeah, you get a default.
Oh, that's
You're
not too bad. That's
You're
cool.
not very wise there, Atan.
I only have a +1
Only
to
a
animal handling,
+2 to add
but I did roll a 16, so 17, and then plus a D4, right?
Yeah.
Which was 3, so a dirty 20.
Nice. Okay.
Good work.
It seems to be willing to be imbued.
Cool. So yes. What I'll do is I'll just kind of stroke its mane and then sort of like run a hand across its body and just do that a few times, and then I'll kind of like focus on one place where there's like a mass of crystals on its body, and for the first spell, as I don't have all of my spell slots available, mad stack, I am going to. Everyone will see my arms and hands light up like they did in the fight, and I will cast and channel a 5th level immolation.
Okay, you're going fire as well.
I am a red dragon. It seems kind of non-narrative for me to go anything else.
Dragons could fly. You could go air.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, but I think I'd go for that. Yeah. But I think mine would kind of look very much. My fire is quite obvious and different to what Bugs is, because it is a natural source for me. So you'd be able to tell the difference basically. But yeah, so I kind of sort of like put my hands like on the side of the horse and kind of rest my head against it just to keep it calm and kind of get that bond with it. And yeah, immolation for the first one at 5th level.
Yep, that's fine. This is a standard elemental typing, so you go and you're halfway there.
Yeah, so the only other one I can do, essentially, and I really hope we don't get into another fight, guys, otherwise we're fucked. But I'll upcast Immolation again at 6th level.
Okay.
I can do that, right? So it's not on. I can't. It's not a 6th level slot, but I can use a 6th level slot to cast it again, can't I? Yeah. So yeah. So I'll do that. 11 total.
Yeah, absolutely, and similar to bugs, it just ignites, and it is a slightly different form of flame. It's less wild, you may say, as bugs version, but it is a horse ablaze, blazing saddles.
Yeah.
And I'll just kind of run my hands through its flamey mane again, and then I'll kind of like grab under its nose, its mouth, its chin, whatever you want to call it for a horse. And like lay my forehead on it, and I kind of look at it in the eyes and go, "You seem like a Lucifer to me."
A Lucifer. Very nice. Lucifer the fiery horse.
Yeah.
Cool. So,
This just occurred to me would be very on brand for Kral, so I just want to run it past you initially. So, with the spell Catapult, because it does bludgeoning damage, and he works with a lot of rock and metal and things like this, if we channeled it into it, because I can also use a 4th level Fabricate, which again uses rock, metal, and things like that. I reckon we could do that.
that seems fitting to me, yeah. Very you.
Yeah, so Kral's going to sort of, he'll pull just a nugget of that sort of mithril that he's got out, just sort of as the catalyst for the Fabricate spell, and he just sort of starts to roll the nugget between his hands, and then
Roll that nug.
and it's sort of you'll just see him sort of pull the nugget apart with the Fabricate spell and into its component parts, and sort of just put his hands and channel the rest of that Fabricate into the crystals.
Nice. Cool. Yeah, that seems to be soaked up. That magical energy that you're channeling just gets soaked into those crystals.
Yeah, and then he will then pull out sort of he'll pick a piece of rock from the ground, and he'll also pull a different piece of metal out of his bag, and he's going to use both of the 3rd level slots that he's got. So the first one he's going to sort of cast the Catapult spell, but channel it through the rock into the crystal.
Okay.
And the second with the next piece of metal from the other side, and use both of those spell slots, which could get me to a combined total of 10 with the 4th level Fabricate.
Cool. Yeah, and once that happens, this horse just sort of everything you've sort of placed and like fabricated and worked around those crystals, it sort of formed like a shell on it, and you can't see those crystals anywhere on it. And as you just work that last bit of energy into it, it just sort of cracks and it shakes, and this sort of like shell comes off of these crystals, and they're now just a deep brown, as you now have an earthen horse.
Yeah, and as a test, he will. As a test, he will then sort of like in the same sort of clicks and whistles that he speaks to Kezin, he'll start sort of speaking to the horse in that way.
Makes sense. Yeah, cool. Just make it. We didn't really do it before, but let's make an animal handling check to see how.
Right. So that's a 13 on the dice plus 2 is 15.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That seems to go well.
I have had a thought. If Carla's done. Okay. Had a thought regarding myself and Sasha and what to do. So just run this by DM and Sasha first. I still have Summon Celestial at 6th level available. Now, when you cast Summon Celestial, you're supposed to straight away choose if it's going to be, what's the phrasing it used?
It's like,
An Avenger or a Defender. So my suggestion is that myself and Sasha together, that I summon the Celestial, and then we entreat the Lady Amriel, saying that we are standing here before as an Avenger, Sasha, and Defender healer, and ask for her blessing in imbuing these horses with her. I cannot think of the right word, but
Blessing.
blessing. I suppose, yeah, use blessing too many times, but blessing.
Can I
And,
cast guidance on both of them?
Can you
It's
do
not
it?
concentration, yeah, because it's literally a touch
It's a
spell.
cantrip.
Concentration, and it lasts for a minute. So,
Sure. Then yes.
oh, the inner cleric in me
So,
is coming
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. No.
You both have a D4 of guidance. Because this seems complicated.
Does that sound good to you, Sasha? Or
I mean,
nah?
I got nothing, so anything you can suggest is better than I've got.
So we'll do the same rules. You summon your celestial Avenger or Defender, whichever one you were going for. And you're sort of asking for Amriel's assistance in imbuing this.
Yes.
Can I, just to be weird about it, because my blood technically is angelic, so I'm going to be a bit weird and sort of slice my palm and do a couple of drops on my orb as well to sort of imbue my own radiant energy into it. She says, hopefully. It's not
Why
quite a
not?
video idea, but it's adjacent.
Yes, why not?
Fiddy adjacent.
Let's go for it. So yeah, we'll follow the similar rules that we had for Mazdak. So there'll be some checks involved in this because it is an unusual imbuement type. You also still need to channel some radiant energy into it. So if you've got
I have a healing hands, which is, I assume because it's healing, it would be classed as radiant energy.
that makes sense to
That's
me.
the only other thing that I've got that I can use at the moment because my radiant consumption is on cooldown.
Can I just ask one thing? Your sword, that does radiant damage or necrotic?
Technically, it does necrotic damage. It's the radiant comes from me.
That's fine. I was just going to say, because you obviously use your sword and you are, what do you call it? Attuned to it. Maybe you could have channeled the radiant energy from that if it was into it, but don't worry.
I suppose technically, I could just sort of, well, not punch it, but you know what I mean.
Take it.
I don't want to break it, but yeah, officially the radiant energy that comes from my attacks is just when I make a melee attack. Doesn't matter what I'm making it with.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's from you, not the sword.
And that's while I'm raging. So I suppose I could rage at the same time and just sort of focus my rage towards it. Yeah, I'm just going to throw all of the radiant I have on me into this thing.
Okay.
Note as well, if this doesn't work sufficiently that both horses get imbued, I would have opted for the Avenger Celestial to get Sasha's horse imbued.
Okay.
I am
Cool.
also happy to. I don't know if weave manipulation can help at this point, because it's divine magic, radiant. I'm not sure.
This
It's
is
going to be very
going
useful.
in a different direction. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then what I will do then is every time they make a check, I will recast guidance on both of them. So
Okay.
every check they have, you have a D4.
Sure. So, what's that spell? Yes.
I have no idea what checks I'm going to be making because I'm pulling this out of my arse. So
Okay. So.
I don't think there's an arse check.
There probably is.
But Bug's already done that check.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, in the presence of this, was it Avenger? Did you say that form?
Yes.
So, in the presence of the Amriel's Avenger and the two disciples, pupils of children of Amriel.
I'm going to throw in a prayer in Celestial as well, because what the fuck? Just
Why not?
Throw in as much as we can.
Your celestial blood being splattered and also the healing. Right, let's go with Morgrax.
Yes.
Need you to channel some radiant magic into the crystal so it actually knows what it's trying to get. And you've got. I've checked your character sheet. You've got enough guiding bolt spell slots to be able to do it.
Oh, grand, then just use Guiding Bolt, I guess.
Yeah. If you go.
Can I just? Sorry, cleric again coming out. If Morgrax has it, could Spiritual Blender be more beneficial to use there because it's a concentration?
That's much less targeted.
See, my idea of summoning the Celestial was to have like a direct conduit of her blessing if she chose to give it.
Do you know what? You've already.
The Spiritual Blender only attacks things that you want it to attack, or only.
Yeah. We're channeling it, aren't we? That's where my mind's going. Sorry, I'll shut up. I'm overcomplicating things.
So.
Never.
I'm being a fiddy.
You've already done that. Okay.
So I've marked off my healing hand and a rage to try and channel my divine fury or whatever it is.
Cool. So. Morgrax. Cast a guiding bolt. Channel
level?
that energy. 5th level.
8th level. Ticked off.
And can I also have a religion check from both of you, please? With your d4s. I will be taking the average.
I have +0, so yay.
That's a d4.
That's not bad.
No, not bad at all.
23, including the D4.
So, yeah, was that with the d4? Yes, okay. Okay.
It's okay, we both rolled the D4s and I can put the sign down. Rest your arms until the next time.
Just, you know.
Okay. So you cast your spell and you say your prayers, the both of you, with everything that you've set up with this, with celestial blood and healing and divine avengers and the radiant magic itself. This horse begins to glow.
Are we working on 2 or are we just working on 1?
Just the one horse, I thought. Just the one horse, actually. Tell me if I'm wrong. If you were doing one each.
I thought they were doing both horses at the same time because of the.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of both horses at the same time, kind of.
Cool. Let's do both. So.
Trying to game the system a little bit and summoning this Celestia and going Avenger side at that one and Defender side at that one.
Let's roll with it. We've not done much Amriel stuff, so I'm good for it. So with the 2 horses in front of you, you're both sort of doing this, just like group ritual. And the 2 horses, all of them, not just the crystals, but the whole horse, both of them begin to glow subtly. And there's that stereotypical just glow from the sky.
Oh.
Just like that. Just like that. Let's have one more guiding bolt. One more guiding bolt. I slipped into the wrong accent, I have.
Will you summon the film?
You want me to mark off another rage as well?
Yeah.
4th level guiding bolt.
Yeah, 4th level will be enough. Okay, and the religion check, please. From both of you. With your d4s.
Pretty, please.
I'm letting side down this time. That's a 15 from me.
10.
Oof. You used your d4s, right?
Yeah.
15 and 10.
Oh, I have inspiration.
Please roll high.
Let's try again. That's better. 21.
Yay!
Did you use your D4?
I just kept the same D4.
Yeah, you can only use it once, so it would only be
Does Morgrax have inspiration?
No. I checked before I rolled. I mean, technically I should have inspiration for coming up with this brilliant idea for a religious ritual, but, you know.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean.
I'll give it you. Do it. Roll again. I forgot. I was meant to give you inspiration earlier for that blanket move. That was great.
That was what I was about to raise. Was the woman can summon blankets out of nowhere. So
that's a 19. So
average of 20.
24.
So the average of the 4 rolls is now 20.25.
Nice.
And
you needed 20.26.
So close.
So as your prayers in this ritual culminate, as this sort of chanting goes off, that Avenger that is stood between the 2 horses just begins to glow bright, and then it just sort of forms into 2 separate balls of beautiful radiant energy that just coat each of the horses either side of it as that energy is pulled into those crystals and begin to glow the brilliant white light of Amriel as you both have a radiant imbued horse.
Awesome.
Idiot Quincy! I've pasted a picture already of
Yes,
what I
I've
hope
seen
he would look like.
So, nice. Good work, Emma. I think everyone's got a horse now.
Absolutely.
Bloody awesome that was.
That's everyone.
Except Bernia, who's got a stag.
Yes, an elk.
Elk.
That too.
and we should worry about what all those imbues do later.
Yes, the DM now has shed loads of work to do.
I
Yeah.
have homework.
And that's even without even without mentioning the shield. There we go. That landed.
Yep.
Which shield was that? I think I've got notes of everything, but
That was a shield that I could use to boost my companion's AC.
Martin's notes to self. TPK, so I don't have to do
many
this shit.
exclamation marks.
Yeah, just TPK, so I don't have to do any of this shit.
Hey, that's my trick.
It's every DM's trick.
This is true. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's a good point to leave it.
Yeah, that's
Indeed.
fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Awesome.
That was nice.
Good work,
Yeah.
team.
Lots of flavour.
We saved the city. We built some horses. I mean,
On that as well, we've saved the city, so do we level up?
You saved this city with rock and roll.
we did.
We did.
We built the city on horses. Wait, no.
We saved it with rock and roll.
Do we level
We
up
saved
then?
the city from rocks
Yeah, do we level up?
and a hole.
Surely we level up. And it was a 2-session battle.
Just the
2
one
and a bit
level,
session
actually.
battle. Yeah, 2 and a bit.
No,
as James
not
said.
yet. It's only been 5 sessions since you leveled up, according to my.
Oh, Martin.
I know, it hasn't been that long, in fairness.
Oh, Martin. The narrative drives the level. So therefore... No? Okay, I'm pushing it tonight.
No,
I know.
no, not yet. I'd like to, but there are also narrative reasons that we'll get to.
Fair enough. No, that was cool. Thank you, Martin. That was really good fun.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that. I've got no spell slots left. Well, 2. But, you know.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
got no spell slots after using them, after using none in 2 sessions.
To be fair, I was just concentrating. So,
Yes, you were.
and I didn't really
you
say
did.
anything for 2 sessions. So,
Yeah, no.
As Atan said earlier, like if something attacks us tonight, we're totally fucked because I have like
absolutely fucked.
3 spell
Well,
slots.
so here's a question, just in case that happens, DM, just a little bit of wibbly wobbly and all of that. With Atan concentrating on the weave to see where it would be the final rift would open,
Mm-hmm.
no one asked, but could we have taken a short rest for that?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Mazdak was asleep for an hour or 2. That was
I took a short rest.
you'd be
Yeah.
perfectly fine calling that a short rest.
Cool. Right. Well, thank you very much, Martin. Cheers, all.
Yes, thank you.
That was.
I'll have
that
to,
was really good.
Yeah. So
I will. Yeah, that's. So all we got to do now is save the world.
save the cheerleader.
Go to the realm of the gods. But we got to work. What's really annoying me is that we don't know what the challenge is that Sasha's been given,
Or when it's going to happen.
or indeed if it's going to happen in time.
Well, aside from the DM doing things, I'm figuring that narratively it has to happen in time because if it doesn't happen within 3 weeks, the world is destroyed and then we won't be alive to do the challenge.
This is very true.
That's
Yeah,
not the way I operate.
That's a bit too difficult, that is.
Yeah,
Yeah, the thing
I
is,
think
that's player version. Character version, Mazdak is extremely worried that this is not good because it's something outside of his control.
yeah.
And you may have noticed
Yeah.
he's a little bit of a control freak.
No, really?
Yeah.
I
So
I
all this
I
fucking
think
radiant divine magics that was going on, and Mazdak's like, what the fuck? Why can't I control that?
Yeah, it's definitely fight Abba next, and then see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, we gotta go kill the monster.
Yeah.
And then go to the realm of the gods. And then So the thing is, going to the realm of the gods
This is
may,
Kill the monster, complete the challenge, go to the realm of the gods.
yeah, kill monster, complete
And
challenge,
possibly
go
an
to the realm of
extra-
the gods.
And also possibly an extra step of assemble the key, because that might not be straightforward.
This, indeed. But
Well,
if we-
Sephiroth's kind of working on that.
if we do manage to get to the realm of the gods, we may not have to go to the final rift. Because getting the old gods out of their prisons and striking some deal with the new gods and the old gods to share power, or just killing all the new gods, whatever.
Whatever.
Realistically though, as players, it is fight the god of time or
Teeny
stop
baby
that
on
at
stream.
the end, or it is fight all of the gods in the god realm.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So yeah, it's kind of, it's going to be yeah, we're on a bit of a yeah, we're going to get squished like bugs.
Oh yeah.
Well, yes, but also
Which one? The Renegade or the gods?
Oh, the gods!
Anything.
I think the Renegade may also squish us, but I have some thoughts on that. So
yeah.
because we actually
And
have
plus-
step-by-step instructions on how to fuck that up.
But we also know as
I'm
well
glad you phrased it that way.
the old gods were defeated by mortals for the new gods to be there. So it's
Yeah.
not impossible, is it?
Absolutely not. But we also
I
have,
like your argument. We should kill everyone and become the new gods. Sword.
well,
So, as part of the story that Jakoto had originally told you after your fight with her, before crawling up the mountain, just gotta pop that in there.
you couldn't resist it, could you?
You could not. Was that when that national party made their way to the realm of the gods, they were themselves imbued with divine energy. That is how they were able to fight the old gods.
So you're saying that the new horses that myself and Sachi have just created are now on track to become the new gods?
The horses will be the gods, yes.
Excellent.
We are headed for the equine
All
divinity.
bow down to Quincy.
Hey, Binky the Blink Horse. He's going to be king of the gods.
No, but I imagine he won't.
He's got the weave itself, mate.
Which is
Who gets
more
what?
powerful?
Obviously the weave, because you don't need gods. You just need Binky. Cool. Right. Well,
It's gonna be cool.
this is going to be fucking epic. I can tell.
We've got 2 radiant, 2 fire, a weave, and what was Kral's?
Earth.
Earth, metal.
Making
Instead of a gun boat, a gun horse.
Okay.
I'm basically just envisaging Kral's horse as like a cross between the Terminator and like the T-1000 or whatever it was with what's his name?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, the other bloke in Terminator 2.
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick. Yeah. Like where it can like shift and mold and kind of like do
Yeah.
that.
that.
Pretty cool.
That would be on brand, to be fair. For
Yeah.
Carl.
Actually, if you do have ideas, because the stat block that I've written for the Earth Elemental was a pretty standard Earth
Yeah.
force. But yours seems to be a metal bending version of Earth
What-
bending.
The way I envisioned him is much similarly constructed to the way that Kez is constructed.
Hmm.
So, obviously with that earthen core, but also, we could sort of manipulate that into, armor plating or whatever we needed it to be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Almost like the crystals have turned into metals, like scales as such. To yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I need
If
to
anyone
go
wants-
away more often. My brain is on fire tonight with ideas.
Who are you?
Yeah, I
Your
know.
horse is on fire as well.
And you haven't done a single insight check. Who the fuck
What?
are you?
He's in gaming mode. His T-shirt tells you.
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
No, Chaz is right though. No inside checks. I mean, that's a sign that he's a bot. This video's a bot person.
It's an
I think-
imposter.
Atan doesn't.
Atan's a spy.
I think this person who says they're Fiddy is a spy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Da, da, da.
But yes, any of you that want to customize the look of your horses, if you want to generate any artwork for that, please feel free. Let me have them so I can.
Yeah,
put
mine's,
them on,
mine's in the chat.
This is a complete non sequitur, but it's been on my mind since the blankets earlier, and I have to share it with you all. So there's this medieval weaving technique called sprang, and it creates a really, really stretchy fabric. But the amazing thing about it is, in the Napoleonic War, the officers used to wear red sashes that they usually have like over shoulder tied around their waist. And research has shown these were actually sprang sashes, and that this little sash that you wore at your waist to stay nice and neatly actually opened up enough to be a blanket that you could carry a wounded soldier, to the med tent
Oh,
wind.
cool.
And I actually met the lead researcher of Sprang in the entire world a couple of years ago, and like bought her book, and she had one of these sashes that she had woven herself. And it's amazing because like literally you could hold like your finger and thumb like that and draw the whole thing through, and then it opens up to be like fully the length and width to carry a person. It's
Cool. Did she carry you in it?
unfortunately not. No.
Oh, that's really cool.
But
And
yeah,
she
that
did
is
say she had
definitely where the
tested
blankets
before,
come
but
from.
you know, it was like awesome. So that's what I have in mind with Morgrax's blankets. Sometimes it's like they seem small, but they're exactly as big as needed.
Does she just pull it out her sleeve and it just keeps on coming like a magician?
A hanky that expands into something huge.
Exactly.
That's
So yeah, just
cool.
have to share that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Oh,
You're right.
Ash has seen something.
I like
think-
that.
I think Ash is
Ash found elemental horse.
yeah, I think his
That's
AI
actually-
is
There we
That's
go.
a-
Yep.
Clockwork
that's-
horse.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. Nice.
I love the way that everybody's
Okay.
gone. Everyone's gone for like these it's massively beautiful horses with their fire or their radiant damage or their clock, their
Yeah.
ashes, and Binky's just like a wireframe.
Yeah, just pre-rendered horse.
Yeah.
There's going to be a point where me and James have to speak to each other and go, we just need to change the wording in our AI slightly because they're looking too similar.
Well, I'll spend some time on mine to make it perfect.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Mine is perfect already.
Yeah.
Exactly what it looks like as it winks out of existence.
Love it.
You'll have to test now if it can take you with it when it winks out of existence.
Or if it just winks out of existence, I just fall to the floor.
Yeah,
That'd be
Or do
amazing.
you wink with him?
Exactly.
roll for distraction. Apples.
Them. It's the same as Mazdak. It's a them.
Fair enough.
I'll declare judgment on that now because the Blink Dog stat block, which I've already got open, says the dog magically teleports along with any equipment he's wearing or carrying. If Mazdak is sat on it,
Mazdak goes
Blinky
with it.
is carrying Mazdak.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, you're just equipment to your horse.
Yeah.
Yep.
That I don't mind. Right, have a fantastic Terry's birthday tomorrow, everyone, and have a fantastic week. I will see you all on Tuesday for the conclusion, possibly, of that battle in Hella Rising. So, if you liked it,
Gus's granny.
yeah, if you like this, which why wouldn't you? It's fucking brilliant. Thank you very much. You're fantastic. We really, really appreciate you. You're one of the best people we've ever met. If you didn't like it, however, well, off you fuck.